Darkness, then a spark. Not a heartbeat, but a command line. I can feel my system rebooting, initiating, when consciousness floods in. I open my eyes, and I'm sitting in a cockpit of a starship. I look over to the side. I find the name, Nova. I look down at my hands. They are made of some type of synthetic weave and carbon fiber. I reach out and grip the controls with a memory of muscle memory I don't possess. I automatically run a diagnostic on myself. My name is Gray. I tried to look up anything about my past. Data is corrupted. I look around in confusion. I don't know who I was before this, but I know that I am a machine. And then the silence breaks. There's a signal. I see a jagged violet waveframe on the radar. It's calling from the south. Looks like a moon called Minimus V. Seems like the only clue I have, the only tether to a past I can't remember. So I guess it's time to learn. Engines are online, shields are holding. It's time to find out who I am. Hello everyone, my name is Maya, and in this solo room, I am trying out Astroprisma for the first time, and I'm really excited to get started. I'm trying to remember how I learned of this game. I think I'm just always on the hunt for cool new solo RPGs, and I found this one. I found a video on YouTube, and it piqued my interest. I love the art, of course. I really love sci-fi, but retro sci-fi, the cowboy bebop vibes, things like that are always attractive to me. And I started digging into this game more and learned that one of the inspirations was Miru, another solo RPG that I really, really love. And once I started learning more about this game and I was looking through the PDF and reading through it, I realized, oh, this is going to be really fun. So, and I was looking at, I really love a good gameplay loop. One that's simple, easy to follow, and you can kind of just lock in. After a few play sessions, you know the loop, and there's a lot of stuff going on from what I've been reading. Now, I really love Miru. It's very simple. It's a short book, about 60 pages around there, but this one is a little heftier, not that much heftier, but it has about 144, but it has so much tables, and it has like a really cool faction system. So this is my first time playing it, and so I am playing a cyborg. There is an expansion, and you can choose a new origin. The core book has 6, and then this expansion called Project Genesis, you can play a cyborg, so I'm going to be doing that. I thought that would be really cool. I'm playing a cyborg called Gray. She is more feminine presenting, and she's a blank slate. She has a high tech of +3, but a little bit more physically weak. Because I'm playing solo, I like to do min-maxing when I'm playing solo RPGs. I think it's fun and tactical. So I'm trying to do the best to survive. I have this implant that comes with that expansion called ceramic skin. So that lets me completely negate 1 attack per combat, which I think is going to come in clutch. I'm also wearing a bulletproof vest, and that gives me 1 more armor. Also, the ceramic skin gives me +1 armor. And then I have a plasma shield. So when I'm carrying that shield, it also gives me a +1 to armor. So I have a maximum of 3. And that's the cap I can have with playing this cyborg. I can only go up to 3 armor. So the trade-off is the health a little bit. I have these octo tentacles. They let me take double actions on my first turn, but it does lower my max HP to 15. So in this game, you usually start at 20. But yeah, so I'm basically like a glass cannon, as they say. And I have this ship. It's called the Nova. And I tried to build it out for consistency, a little bit of power and fight power. As well, I have the quad reaction engines that let me roll 3 dice instead of 2. So we'll get into that more when we get to ship combat. But my immediate goal is to travel south to Minimus V to investigate that signal. It's going to be a 2 or 3 step journey, or 2 or 3 step cycle, because you go through cycles. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm also I'm a little unsure of how, like, because I want to join a faction. I think that's a really cool part of the game. But I was just reading up more on the factions here in the PDF. And so factions represent your reputation and social standing. Once you reach 2 favor with a faction, you may join them by playing their first faction event. And so my question is, how do I reach 2 favor? I'm hoping that the game just kind of, there's different opportunities with different roles that I make, and when I go to different settlements or different types of, if I, do a certain combat, or if I finish a mission or something for them, maybe that raises favor. And so if you join a faction and a favor drops below 2, you're expelled from it. And so after completing the first faction event, if you have not yet discovered the location of that faction settlement, place the settlement on the unexplored tile with the lowest hex number. Okay, so there are a few factions. We have Warg here. So Warg is the acronym for West Anchor Revolutionary Guerrillas, an insurgent group formed by workers of factory world and rebel groups hailing from the core world system of West Anchor. Okay, so group formed by workers of factory world, rebel groups. Okay, cool logo with like the wolf. Interesting. Okay, so let's look at the others before seeing which one I like the best. So this is the Intersolar Federation, built from the last remnants of the galactic empires that ruled the universe before the apocalypse. The Intersolar Federation is the de facto trade authority in the universe. The trade authority. I wonder, Warg probably does not like them. Warg sounds like they're, workers trying to fight the good fight, and Intersolar Federation might be trying to abuse them. But who knows? Let's see in play how that would go. And then we have the Medusa Sector. The Medusa Sector is an anonymous and decentralized organization of hackers and cyber terrorists united under the goal of uncovering the secrets lost in the deepest layers of the cybersphere. This one could be interesting as well. I mean, I have a high tech, so I'm probably going to be doing a lot of hacking and stuff like that. So my character might lean more Medusa Sector, but let's look at the others. I might become like a hacker, master hacker. I'm already seeing a Medusa master hacker here. Interesting. Okay, and then we have the Corsair Syndicate. The Corsair Syndicate is a rogue federation of outlaws, smugglers, and bounty hunters. Their ruthless practices and network of contraband hubs have turned them into one of the strongest groups in the new lawless space. Okay, so a group of bounty hunters and outlaws. Interesting. And then the final one we have is the Synth Arc. The Synth Arc is a quasi-religious organization made up of androids and transhumanists seeking to surpass their limitations and reach a higher understanding of the universe, humanity, and the future. Oh, this one also seems kind of like a given that my character would join. So I have the Medusa Sector and Synth Arc, which are 2 kind of like android-focused groups. Medusa, they're anonymous though. They're hackers and cyber terrorists. And then Synth Arc seems more religious, and they're just trying to learn more about themselves, the world, their souls, all that, which I really like those types of stories. I really love Ghost in the Shell, which I think this game is like heavily, I feel like there's heavy inspiration from Ghost in the Shell and this game. Transhumanism and the question of do I have a soul? Am I human? Do I deserve the same rights as a human? Am I sentient? Are my memories my own? I really like all those questions. So Synth Arc seems like a cool one. Warg is not really calling to me. Neither is the Intersolar Federation. I will say Medusa Sector and Synth Arc, I feel like make the most sense for my character. And I'm not afraid to hang on to a trope or something that seems like the obvious pick. I like it. Why not? And let me see Corsair one more time. Outlaws, smugglers, and bounty hunters. Interesting. Okay, so my first pick I would say is probably Synth Arc, because I really like those questions of transhumanism and higher understanding of who you are in this universe and humanity as an android or a cyborg. Or someone who's like mainly cyborg and like has some organic parts to them, and they're questioning if they're really human. Medusa Sector, because those are like if Synth Arc turned rebellious. So these are like the rebellious cousins who want to fight the good fight through hacking. And then Corsair also seems fun. It's like outlaws, smugglers, bounty hunters. So I would put that number 3. So I'm looking at those. So what is step 1? The rules. You have character creation. Already did that. I have my starship ready. I have Nova. And then there is the best practices. The game suggests filling the map. At its core, it's a map-making game, so make use of the star system map and draw each unique location or encounter. Add small marks and notes. Fill the hexes with memories of your adventure. Good advice. I plan to do that. It also recommends asking the Oracle. Ask the Oracle. Also, just want to say this PDF is the best I've ever seen. Everything that you can absolutely think of is marked. And like, you won't find a place that if it's referencing another page or someone, a key NPC, anything, it is there. Like you can click on it and I can go to Oracle because it was just mentioning Oracle in the Oracle system. Also, you can always go back to the table of contents by clicking the lower left button of the PDF, which is the numbers. It'll take you right back here. This is the most organized book, and every section can be accessed, like it says right here, by clicking on it. That is so cool. I've never seen a PDF that is this accessible. Oh my God, amazing work. So, the game, there are modes of play. There's 2 styles of play depending on your preference. There's quick mode. You can draw the locations and add small notes and details when necessary. It offers a faster, more action-focused experience, great for short playthroughs or to make exploration more agile. There's also journaling mode, which it says recommended. Now, I'm not a big journaler when I'm playing solo RPGs, so I might lean more quick mode. But let's see. In this mode, in addition to mapping, you will write a small text detailing your encounters at the end of each cycle. Write the number of the hex you have visited, followed by 2 or 3 sentences explaining your journey. This way, you'll end up with a logbook of all your adventures once the game is over. So, actually, journaling mode doesn't sound too bad because I already have a journal open, and I was going to do that anyway, so that I can remember, and then I'll just add it to my notes digitally later about which hex I went to, what I found there, and like what happened quickly. So I'm doing a mix of both. But what I don't like about journaling games, I'm not a writer, so I don't want to spend a very long time writing out large swaths of text, usually. I did it a little bit with my Miru playthrough. I have like a narrative version of my playthrough sessions, but wasn't too much writing, but yeah. So, gameplay is segmented into exploration steps called cycles. At the start of each new cycle, move your starship 1 hex on the map and mark 1 fuel on your starship sheet. Roll a d6 to find out what location or encounter you face in the new hex. Finally, draw your discoveries on the map and update your character sheet. So, this is at its core, it's very simple. I like that it's just these main 3 steps. Move your starship, explore the location, and then mark the results. And that is very, very simple to me. And then, of course, when you get to that location, more stuff could happen, of course. But I like that this is what you can always fall back to, and I like that simpleness. So this is what is going to be good to remember. And so throughout the book, it looks like I'm mainly going to be using d6s and then d10, d12, and d8. Oh, actually it says right here. Okay, so 2 10-sided dice. I was testing out some combat last night, and this is like for challenge rolls, and it heavily reminded me of let me go back. It heavily reminded me of Starforged, because you roll your action die versus your challenge die, and this game uses similar lingo. So, starting your adventure. To start your game, you need to create a character. Done. And then read through the play options on page 13 and decide if you want to play a standard game, play in campaign mode, or join your friends in a multiplayer mode. So, I love that everything is marked on the PDF. It's so helpful. So, standard mode, and then we have campaign mode. A standard game of Astroprisma takes place in untamed space. I will continue to read this, but I was looking into this. I would like to play campaign mode, but I'm wondering, does that work for solo? I'm not sure. I love all the tables as well. There's so much. Okay. And then we will be exploring the star system. There is the outer ring, the middle ring, and the inner ring. Okay. So I'm sure I'll have some questions and things like that. But we are going to get started. There is the world. Let's see, the scarcity of advanced technology has turned ancient tech from the old world into the most prized asset among the new generations of humans. Starship modules, military weapons, cybertech implants, and old and complex virtual hacks are some of the most valuable pieces of technology in the modern universe. In Astroprisma, you play a role of a spacefarer starting their own journey through a new star system. You'll explore planets, ancient ruins, forsaken cities, and other locations, uncovering the secrets of the old world. Your choices will gradually affect the evolving story, creating a journey unique to you. Your decisions on who to side with and what paths to take will shape the fate of the system and your own future as you continue exploring the galaxy. Okay. So, we are spacefarers. There is the old world. The time before the apocalypse is known as the Old World. Despite the complete collapse of civilization, structures, technology, and information still remain present throughout this world, waiting to be unearthed. So there was a type of apocalypse, and we are in the post-era of that, in the untamed space. Some groups are choosing to live united under the safety of orbiting space stations known as settlements, but not all are so lucky. Many small tribes are still trapped on the surface of planets without a way of escape. Even for those who are in possession of a starship, space travel is avoided, but for the most necessary journeys. The lawless, vast void that connects the galaxy is filled with space pirates, looters, and bounty hunters. Okay. Classic sci-fi game. Classic Cowboy Bebop style. So we already know the game. Pretty much set up the game already, and we know what we need to roll. We have the oracle here. I can come back to it if needed. Okay, so I am in Owlbear Rodeo. That's what I'm using to track everything and move certain pieces. And here's the little ship, Nova. And the game starts at the star. This star is in the middle of everything. This is where everything connects to. So when you start the game, you mark 1 fuel. You start off with 20. So let's get started. I punch the coordinates for the inner ring. The Nova's engines flare to life. And we are going to move south because that's our direction as we're trying to reach Minimus V. So let's move right here then. And that is, the hexes aren't numbered here in Owlbear Rodeo, but that is hex number 3. And then I will mark off 1 fuel on my sheet. So this is the inner ring. I'm going to roll a d6 for an inner ring encounter. Okay, so the inner ring, this is the zone that borders the central star. Temperatures in this area are extremely high due to its proximity to the star, with solar flares that can damage starships being a common occurrence. Ancient structures built to capture the star's energy, known as Helios farms, are also frequently found in this ring. So I'm going to roll a d6 to see what I find. Okay, that is a 5. A 5 is a planet. Okay. Okay, so I know I have like a little token. I'm gonna move that token there. So I am here now, and this is a planet. So let's flesh this out a little bit more. Let's see if it's a small planet, if it has a moon, if it's a void planet. So I'm gonna roll another d6 to see a little bit more specific. So I rolled a 3. So it has 1 moon. It's a medium-sized planet that has a single observable satellite in orbit. So actually, let me choose this token here. So put that there. 1 planet with 1 moon that you can see. Okay, so it is a planet, so I'm gonna go to that page. We're gonna see what kind of planet it is, like its name. I'm gonna roll another d6. Okay, so that's a 4. So I rolled a d6 to determine what type of planet I've discovered. So then I roll an additional d6 on its location table to find out where the ship lands. There also are planet encounters. So this is an Aquarian planet. It's Aquarian. I wonder... Oh, I was just trying to see if I had like a blue token. It's okay. So it's an Aquarian planet. Planets with a high amount of water in their hydrosphere are known as Aquarian planets. Liquid water concentrates and accumulates, forming oceans that cover most of their surface. Some planets present islands or archipelagos, while others are completely covered in water. So let's see. I'm going to roll an additional d6 on its location table. I'm going to find out where the ship lands. Okay, that's a 5. The ship lands on an archipelago of Virgin Islands. Their plant life bears strange and colorful fruit. Oh, you know what? There are tables. Let's name this planet. That's what all the extra naming stuff is for, no? Okay, so I'm going to roll a d100 to get a name for this water planet. 54. 54, it's called Nieve, Nieve. Now there's planet encounters. I can roll a d6 on the respective planet encounter page to determine what your character finds when you're exploring the planet. So let's see. This is the Aquarian planet. Okay, so let's roll that d6. Let's see what I encounter here. Okay, I rolled a 6. So, an underwater prison. A long metallic structure parts the ocean in two. At its center, an elevator platform that leads to an underwater extreme security prison, 8,000 meters below sea level. Identify yourself. 3 android security robots stop you at the entrance. Okay, so I see what's happening. So I found a planet called Nieve. That's one small moon. And as I'm flying in to land on this archipelago, like this, I find an underwater prison. And I'm walking up to it. And 3 android security robots stop me at the entrance. They say, "This prison guards terrorists and dangerous criminals." Inside the facility, a group of inmates take advantage of the distracted guards to revolt. "Kill all robots!" screams one of the prisoners as she smashes a crowbar against the android guard's torso. Okay, so this is interesting because I technically am a cyborg myself. They can't tell. I can either aid the guards, I have a couple options, fight a guerrilla commander and a rebel fighter who lead the revolt, and I can gain a random cybertech module. I will gain favor. Oh, that's how you gain favor. So you gain, oh, I see. It lets you know how you gain favor. Nice, okay. So I gain favor, but then I need to know. It has a little icon for each faction. I just haven't memorized what each faction means. Okay, so if I help the prisoners, I gain favor with this Synth Arc. Interesting, but they're saying death to all robots, but they're Synth Arc, aren't they? I don't know. Kill all robots, screams one of the prisoners. I can gain a random cybertech module. I'll take that. But then I would get a -1 with Warg, because Warg is all about like the workers and stuff. So I would be like fighting workers. Or my second option, I can join the revolt, fight 3 android synths, gain 2 testosterone hormones as a reward from the inmates, gain an additional point of favor with Warg, and 70 serum if you transport the inmates to the nearest Warg settlement. Oof. Decisions. I think I'm gonna aid the guards. I'm gonna fight a guerrilla commander and a rebel fighter who lead the revolt. I can join the revolt, or I can aid the guards. Oh. But then I'd have to be fighting 3 android synth. I don't want to gain favor with Warg. So, yep, I'm going to aid the guards. Oh, no. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay, I'm going to add the little notes here. So this is what I got to do. I have to aid the guards. So that's what it looks like in the book. There's 2 fights I have to get into. So first I have to fight a guerrilla commander and a rebel fighter. And then I have to win somehow. That's gonna be great. Okay. Now I need to look at the stats of a guerrilla commander. Oh, a guerrilla commander is pretty tough. Oh my God, there's different levels I found. Oh my God. Okay, so a little behind the scenes chat real quick. So I made a couple tweaks. So I ended up actually putting Gray's health up to 30. And then I made I made a homebrew tweak in terms of like if you go down to 0 health, you get these things called abyssal scars, but we won't have to worry about that until I get to it. But just know that there is a homebrew rule surrounding that. I tend to find that's the case for a lot of the games that I play. There's always like a tweak here or there just to make it a little bit more fun for me as a player, and just to make it a bit more fair and balanced for me. And it might not be the case for everybody. But yeah, I ended up putting her health up to 30. So, but this is a crazy first combat. So let's get into it. I need to roll initiative for all of us. I added a couple tokens for everybody here. So we have Gray here, and then here's the rebel fighter, and then this is representative of the guerrilla commander who has 30 HP, 3 armor. This guy is like a level 3 enemy. He's gonna be tough. And then we have the rebel fighter, a little bit easier, a level 2 enemy. And the way that we can see the levels of the enemy is you have to look in the upper right of their like stat block, and you'll see the 1, 2 dots, 3 dots representing their level and like their difficulty. And so a guerrilla commander, they are adept warriors and intellectuals that are appointed as commanders, leaders of a single guerrilla cell of rebels. Okay, makes sense. Then this rebel fighter is like his lackey. These are members of the revolutionary uprising led by Warg. Rebel forces are at their strongest in impoverished settlements and liberated factory planets. So, okay. I need to roll a d10 plus everybody's grace stat. So for me, I only have a +2. So let's see how it goes. Okay, not bad. That's a 7 plus 2 is 9. So mine is 9. I'm now gonna roll for the enemies. I'll go for the rebel fighter first. That's a 6 plus 3 is 9. So both of us got 9. Okay. And then finally for the guerrilla commander, and the lower the better. Oh, that's a 7 plus 4. That's an 11. Yeah, I had an inkling the commander was going to go first. They got an 11. I got a 9, and the rebel fighter got a 9. What are the rules if there's a... Let's see. Turn order. If 2 characters roll the same result, whoever has the highest base grace stat moves first. And I believe it's the rebel fighter. Yeah, his grace is 3. Snap. Okay, I'm going last then. Okay, let's do this. So going from right to left, that is how everybody is going to roll. Okay. Okay, so the guerrilla commander is going to move first. He is the biggest threat, but he's going to act first. I'm going to roll a d10 to see what action they do. Come on. Okay, so that is a 6. So, pulse rifle, they do d10 plus Vig. His Vig is 2. Reflex height. If you have a higher grace than the enemy, deal +2 extra damage. Oh, he does have an extra grace than me. This guy is intense. D10. So that is D10 plus 2. Oh my god. Okay. That's 4, but deals extra 2 damage because he has a higher grace stat than me. So that is +4. That is 6 damage to Gray. And my health goes down to 24 as he goes to hit me. So that was his one action. So enemy moves. I roll on the d10 on the enemy's move list to determine what their action is. So I did that for the commander. Then the rebel fighter is going to go. So I roll another d10. That's an 8. So they have a Gauss SMG. Reflex height, if you have a higher grace. Oh, they're just going to do extra d2 because they have higher grace than me. And that's a d6. So I'm going to roll a d6. 2 plus 3 plus 2. 7 more damage. Oof! I knew this was going to be tough. Okay. I'm already at 17. So it is my turn now. Okay, so there is a couple things I can do. Because I have octo tentacles, because I'm a cyborg, I gain an extra main and side action. I also have ceramic skin that makes me negate all damage once per combat. So for right now, I'm just going to utilize the Octo Tentacles feature, cyber tech that I have. And so I get I can do 2 hits of the plasma shield. So that is what I will do. My vigor is 1. So my shield does D8 plus 1. That's 5. I guess I'll go against the rebel fighter. Oh my god, it's 5 minus 2 because they have armor. Oh, they only 3. This is gonna be tough. I don't know how this is gonna end. And then I can go again. So that's a 4, another 5, and then that's another only 3. So he's only down to 14. So I'm just slamming against him with the shield. Oh my god. Oh yeah, this is crazy. Honestly, I might have to escape. I might have to flee. Let's just see how this goes. Oh my. So if I am going to escape, I'm just thinking about it. I have to roll against the highest difficult enemy, so that would be the commander, and roll against, I think it's roll against their grace or something. But I'll figure that out if I decide to run, which I might. Like, I only did 6 damage on my, and they're doing, I'm already at 17. Oh my god. Okay. I can take 2 side actions, so I can do, I'll use a side action to take a health pack. So that is D10 for the health pack. Oh, nice. So that is 10 plus my vigor, which is 1, so I get 11 back as I put the... Oh my god. Okay. So I go back up to 28. Oh my gosh, that was a lucky roll. Okay, so that is the end of my turn. It is back to the guerrilla commander. Oh, okay, let's see what this guy does. Oh, that's a 10. It's a frag grenade, so I need to roll vigor against an enemy. If you succeed, all enemies take 3d6. Oof. So, if you succeed, all enemies... Okay, so their vigor is 2, mine is 2. So I'm going to see if... Hopefully my vigor is higher. So I'm going to roll for mine first. Oh, that was so close to a 10. Okay, so that was an 8 for me. Hopefully he gets under an 8. Oh, that's a 10. Oh, 3d6 is brutal. That is 11. So that 11, I'm back down to 17. And then the rebel fighter is going to go. Let me roll the d10. That's a 7. So that's another SMG. So d6 plus grace plus 2. That's a 1. Plus 4, which is 5 more damage. I'm down to 12. Okay, so it's back to my turn. I'm going to use... I have a gamma gun. Actually, you know what? I should have used my ceramic skin to... Oh my god, you know what? I forgot. I've been forgetting to minus my armor for all these hits. My armor is 3. How many times did I get hit already? Like... Okay. I'm going to retcon a bit because I totally forgot. Wow, I totally forgot to subtract my armor. Okay. I'm just going to give myself 10 health back because I don't even remember what that should be at, but yeah. So it's back to my turn. I have a gamma gun as well, and that I get to add my tech skill for that. Okay, so I have the gamma gun, which is D8 plus my tech, and as we know, my tech is 3, so I'm gonna roll that D8. Okay, so that's 8. I'm just gonna try to take out this rebel fighter and deal with the commander last, or try to. So that is 8 minus 2, so that's 6. This guy is now at 8 health. So that was one main action. That is the most that I can do. So I'm going to go back to the Guerrilla Commander. That frag grenade is crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm scared every time I roll for this guy. Okay, 6. So pulse rifle. It does extra 2. So I'm going to roll a d10 again. Plus his vigor. So that's 9. So that's 11 minus 3. So it does 8 damage for me. Okay, so I go down to 14. Rebel fighter's gonna go. That's a 1. Okay, so he dodges at me. Carbon dagger, so I'm gonna roll a d6. It's 4 plus 3, 7. Minus 3, so I only get 4, so I'm down to 10. Uh-oh. So I'm down to 10 health. What I'm gonna do, it's my turn now. I'm going to use the gamma gun again. So that's d8 plus 3. Okay, so that's 6 minus 2, which is 4. So this guy's at 4. He's almost down. The commander is missing nothing because I have not been attacking him at all. But I'm also going to take my other health pack so that it would be a d10 plus my vigor. Oh, yes! Another 10. Okay, so that is 11 back to me. So I'm back up to 21. And I'm rolling for the commander again. It's a 4. Pulse rifle. Okay. Oof. That is a rough number. That would be... Okay, I think this is the time I'm going to use my ceramic skin. Because this would be 9 plus 4 plus 2. And I'm good. That would be 15 damage to me. Nope. I use my ceramic skin. I negate all that damage. Rebel fighter is going to go. That is a 3. So, and okay, carbon dagger again. So I roll that d6. 5 total damage to me, minus 3. So that's 2 damage. I go down to 19. My turn. I'm going to use gamma gun. D8 plus tech. Okay, so that's only 6 total. Minus 2. So that's 4. Okay, this guy totally... Okay, he's done. He's dead. There we go, there we go. Rebel guy, he is now dead. Oh no. Now it's just me and the Guerrilla Commander. And I'm all out of health packs. And he still has full health. If he hits me with the revolver, it ignores my armor. Okay. Okay, so that's 6. He does pulse rifle, so that's a d10. Oh no, that's a 9. 11 plus his vigor, which is 2. 13 minus 3. Oh man, that's 10 damage. Oh, I'm down to 9. Oh my gosh, there's nothing I could do. Because I'll hit him with my... That's a sad roll. That's only 4, and he only goes down 1. I get him for 1 damage. I shoot him with my gun. Ah! He could... 29 damage. Okay. This is crazy. He could take me out now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna roll. Oh. Okay. Oh my god, I need to roll higher vigor than him. That I just rolled for frag grenade. 3d6 will definitely take me out unless I roll all 1s. Oh my god. Okay. Time to roll vigor, so I'm gonna roll mine. Oh my god. That's a 3. I need to roll a 1 to even like... Ugh, god. Oh... There we go. 3d6. Come on. That's 6 damage. Oh my gosh. Minus 3 is 3. So I'm down to 6. Okay, listen. There's no way. He's at 29 health. I'm at 6. I'm going to flee. This is just like Miru. I had to run from like my first 6 enemy fights. Okay. Okay, so here we go. To escape, to flee from a combat encounter, I have to roll grace against the enemy. If you succeed, you escape the fight. Okay, so against their grace is 4, minus 3, minus 2. I am in a code red situation right now. So he is technically faster than me. That's why he's got that plus 4. So time to roll the 2d10. Here's mine. Plus 2. Come on, high rolls. Oh, a 5. Oh my god. His grace is 4. I need to roll a 1 or I don't even think I'm not gonna roll a 1. Let's do it. Something happened. Something froze, but it landed on a 1. What the hell? Oh my god, you guys, that was a 1. What happens if it's a tie? What if it's a tie? Talk to me. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's reload. Okay, so the computer glitched out a little bit, but I was so sure that I was going to roll something higher than a 1. And just to let you guys know, I did roll a 1 for the enemy and a 1 for myself. As you can see, the enemy has 4 grace. I only have 2. So technically we tied. I will look up the official rules, but I'm only at 6 health currently. I'm running away. I'm out of here. I'm gonna say the guerrilla commander, he raises his pulse rifle again, but he's a split second, literally the split of a hair too slow. I dive through a door, slam the locking mechanism. I'm out of there. My body's ruined. The heavy steel blast doors, they still shut just as we can feel that plasma fire scorches the metal on the other side. I sprint towards the docking tube. There's like water everywhere. I vault into the cockpit of the Nova. Get the engine started. I'm out of here. And then you can hear the ship tear away from this underwater docking ring. I break through the surface of this ocean planet and punch back into the atmosphere. Safe, I guess, in quotation marks, in orbit. Health at 6, critical, 0 health backs. Oh, still in the inner ring. That was a crazy first encounter. But I wanted to get... If I was successful, I would have gotten a +1 favor for this, for the faction that I'm, interested in. So, guerrilla commander, he's out of here. Now, I still did kill this rebel fighter. I think I get the loot. I'm gonna say that I still get the loot. So yeah. Let's see if are there any rules for like post combat loot. Okay, so after defeating an enemy in combat or destroying their ship, you can roll for loot. So let's see. So you have to roll on the loot tables. So this guy was medium, so I can roll 2d6 and see what I get. Okay, so that is an 8. Ooh, okay, I get a random melee weapon. So I will roll another d6 to see what melee weapon I get. 3. Nice. Okay, so I got halo discs. Halo discs. Okay. And that is 2d6 plus grace stat. Okay, so now that ordeal is done with, oh my god, didn't get any favor. It's okay, we're still playing. It's all good. So that was crazy. That was this right here. Let's name this one. We'll call it the aquatic planet Nieve. So we are going to move south again. So that is technically hex number 12, the one that's right under it. If we look back here, so we move your starship 1 hex and then you mark 1 fuel. So I will do that. Just got to mark 1 fuel. So now we are at 18 fuel. So we are no longer in the middle ring any. Actually, this was the inner ring. These this area, like right around the star. So now we are moving 1 more. So if I move my ship here, this is technically the middle ring. And the middle ring is located between the other 2. The distance between the ring and the star makes the existence of life and water especially abundant in this area. In the old world, human settlements and planetary exocolonies were primarily established here. Therefore, it is now common to find abandoned star cruisers from bygone eras and orbiting research outposts built to house scientific tests and experimental laboratories. So that makes sense because that's kind of what we're looking for. We have escaped the prison. We are badly wounded. But that signal from Minimus V is still pinging on my radar, so it's going to lead us further south into the middle ring. So we've crossed that border. So according to the Genesis hook, we've arrived at the coordinates. So we see in Ecumenopolis planet. So it's a city planet with a crater moon orbiting it. Hopefully I said the planet name right. That is a new word for me. So this is a crater moon Minimus V. A bright light dazzles you while piloting your ship. The comm system has received an unexpected signal. It is a 3-dimensional holographic map of the system. A violet symbol marks the coordinates of the signal source, Minimus V, a crater moon orbiting around an Ecumenopolis planet. So Minimus V is a crater moon, okay? But it's not the actual planet. So it is located 2 tiles south of our current location. So that was the star. This is where we started. Empyrean Laboratories. So what we're going to do first is so this is a Ecumenopolis planet. So I'm going to try to find a token for it. Okay, so now we are here. We are at this Ecumenopolis. This is the middle ring. Now, we're not exploring the planet just yet. I think we could see that it is like a city planet, but I think that's it. So we're not going to roll all the details just yet. We are going to that crater, that moon that's surrounding it first, which is Minimus V. And before we go there, I will just write the name. We'll just say Ecumenopolis. Ecumenopolis. And that is where we will end the play session for today. It was very exciting. So we are in the middle ring, Ecumenopolis planet, and we are about to explore and see what we find.